Whoa, I'm Keanu Reeves, man! Hello everyone, my name is Frederick Lopez, and Keanu Reeves turned 53 today on September 2nd, 2017. I swear, man, that guy is immortal. He looks like he is 39 years old. So today I want to do a special my favorite performances of Keanu Reeves. Now again, this is my personal list, and it was really hard because there's so many movies I love of his, so many roles that I really love from Keanu Reeves, so different in different periods. You have that Bill and Ted period. You had that mid-90s period where he was kind of trying to find his footing. You had Speed, Johnny Mnemonic, things like that. And then eventually you got the Neo, I Know Kung Fu, Matrix Keanu Reeves onward. So this is my personal top 10 favorite performances, favorite roles of Keanu Reeves. Again, if I don't mention one that you like, feel free in the comments below to mention your favorite performances or films from Keanu Reeves. This is my personal favorite list. So at number 10 is a small role, but a very effective one in The Neon Demon. I wish he would play a bad guy more often. He is just so creepy and just kind of like chill but deadly in this role as a hotel manager in The Neon Demon. I can't explain it. He seems like a chill guy, but there's something very threatening about him. You don't really know that much about him. He's kind of mysterious. He's kind of like a creep slash killer character. But I just love it because he represents a guy who just doesn't give a crap, but also he's a killer. He's targeting these women that are at this hotel, and he is a creep in a way. I kind of wish that the film kept him as a main villain, but he does an excellent job here, and it's very, very minimal work, but I just love his performance and all the screen time he had in this film. He has some memorable lines where he's talking about some girl at a hotel for a guy to check out, and he's like, I swear, man, it's a real real Lolita shit, and just talking. It's just basic Keanu Reeves, but I really love his performance in the film. If you haven't checked out The Neon Demon, it's not for everyone, but Keanu Reeves does give a very underrated and just underutilized role and performance in this film. Number 9 on the list is The Man of Tai Chi. Keanu Reeves actually directed this, but he plays the villain, and I swear he is awesome. It's kind of a mix between like a Japanese anime villain and Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat the video game. I really like his portrayal as a CEO. He wants to basically find somebody in the art of Chi and corrupt them, basically. He wants to use them to fight other people for him. He's very evil, and I also like the physical side of it. You get to see him fight. He has a very intimidating presence about him in this film. It's very underrated, not only in performance, but his direction as well. I really, really like The Man of Tai Chi. I didn't think I was going to like it. I just saw it on Netflix one day, and I can't believe I didn't discover it earlier. I can't believe not many people have heard of it. It's a very, very underrated movie, and Keanu Reeves gives a very different and just awesome performance in the film. Number 7 on the list is A Scanner Darkly, directed by Richard Linklater. I like this film. It's based off the Philip K. Dick novel Scanner Darkly. He plays Bob and Fred, and it's so cool because there is this drug everyone is addicted to called Substance D. And he's after this drug dealer. He's Bob and Fred, and he's after this drug dealer. He's an officer, and he doesn't realize that the drug dealer he's after is in fact him. It's another personality. So it's a very complex performance. He plays 2 roles in one body, and it's also rotoscoped. Above all, A Scanner Darkly is a very, very underrated movie and a very underrated Keanu Reeves film at that. I really love A Scanner Darkly. Probably one of the best Philip K. Dick novelizations, adaptations out there. But yeah, he is just amazing in this. He's also with Winona Ryder again, Robert Downey Jr. I like his work with Woody Harrelson. Above all, a very chill, usual Keanu Reeves, but he kind of has a difference between Bob and Fred, and you really get to see that in the film. And also the revelation he has when he discovers that he is the person that he's trying to find. A very, very crazy movie. Number 7 on my list is A Walk in the Clouds, a very old Hollywood type of film. They don't make him like they used to. Keanu Reeves plays this person. He's off from the war. He's back home. And he meets this woman, and she needs him to pose as her husband to her family. Very, very great movie. I like the relationship he has with that actress. I like his scenes between Anthony Quinn. Above all, it's a very, very good movie. It's old Hollywood. It's not for everyone, but if you like old-fashioned movies and just like romantic films, then you'll like this. It's not really a rom-com. There is some subtle moments, but it's also from the director of Like Water for Chocolate. So he gives a very, very different performance in this. It's a very different Keanu Reeves. It's not your action Keanu Reeves. It's not like, whoa, Bill and Ted Keanu Reeves. It's a little bit kind of going towards the drama, but really just like, it's a very different role. Number 6 on my list is The Devil's Advocate with Al Pacino. I love this movie. He has an accent. He is very kind of southern, but you get him and Charlize Theron, and the work between him and Al Pacino is great. You really get to see him being played by the devil in this movie. And just all the revelations and just turmoil his character is put through is very crazy. I like it. It's a unique type of film, to say the least. But it's a very interesting film. It's around that late 90s time where you got like films like Stigmata and other things. So if you're a fan of like different type of horror movies or like satanic type of films, you might like this. Keanu Reeves plays like a hotshot lawyer who's a southerner. He's on the rise, but he realizes that things in life may happen for a reason and somebody may want him. He realizes he's being used by the devil for a specific purpose. So the film gets really batshit crazy, and he gives a very compelling role. He's a hotshot lawyer, but when he finds out about things, about himself, about Al Pacino being the devil, his boss being the devil, it gets very, very dark. And yeah, another different role from Keanu Reeves. Number 5 on my list is Speed. I love Speed. Jack. You have him and Sandra Bullock. Dennis Hopper. Pop quiz. You have a hair trigger aimed at your head. What do you do? What do you do? Overall, it's Keanu Reeves in between the Bill and Ted period and before Matrix, so this is a very different role for him. He plays a police officer, has to stop a bomb on a bus. You know Speed. It's an awesome movie, and it's only a film that's really a product of its time. Very 90s, but in a good way. I love this film. Everything about this film is just cool, enjoyable, and I've never seen a film that could have so much tension rise and remains constant throughout the whole film until the very end. Above all, Speed is an adrenaline ride, and Keanu Reeves gives one of his most iconic performances in the film. Number 4 on my list is Constantine. While he may not be blonde hair like John Constantine, he plays a very cool character. Sure, there is some remarks, but I like it. He has the weight of the world on his shoulders, and he's a guy who just does not give a care at all. I like the scenes between him and Rachel Weisz. Above all, I like the arc he goes through in the movie, and it's one of his most awesome kind of just blunt roles he's ever played. It's nice seeing Keanu Reeves just play the person who just has stopped caring about the world. He's very cynical, yet he can fight on demons and things like that. So it's kind of cool to see that, and it's also cool to see him do the right thing. He may be this person who doesn't care, who knows that it's a game between heaven and hell, but when it comes time to do the right thing, it's nice to see him rise up and go through an arc and change as a person, care about someone else other than himself. One of my favorite performances from Keanu Reeves. Number 3 on my list is Street Kings. I really love Street Kings. His performance in this as a cop, and you get to see him. He gains some weight, has shorter hair, and it's pretty much corrupt police officers in Los Angeles. It is such a crazy film with Forrest Whitaker, Terry Crews, Chris Evans, Common's in it. So many great actors in it. Hugh Laurie. I love this film. It's a very different, grounded, gritty Keanu Reeves film and performance. I just love that part at the beginning where he's with some Koreans and he calls them Chinese or something. And he's like, "Fool, we're Korean, not Chinese." And it's just like, "Well, you talk black, dress white. How the hell am I supposed to know what you are?" Or something like that. I'm paraphrasing here, but it's just such a funny performance. And above all, he's a character that's just hard-boiled, Dirty Harry type of character. A very different performance from Keanu Reeves and among one of his best. Number 2 on my list is, of course, Neo from The Matrix. Probably his most iconic role. The bullet dodging scene. "I know Kung Fu. My name is Neo." Everything about The Matrix is awesome. I could count the Matrix trilogy, but more particularly, I like the first Matrix. He starts off as computer hacker Neo, then he starts to learn about the real world. He's head's shaven, he knows Kung Fu, he's learning, and then when it comes time to become the chosen one, he rises to the occasion. And it's nice seeing a complete arc to him becoming the ultimate badass by the end of the film. Neo is one of the most iconic probably the best role Keanu Reeves has had in a film. It's the film and role that changed his career, and yeah, man, I just love The Matrix. The Matrix is a cool movie. My number one is John Wick. I like both John Wicks, but the first John Wick, wow. This is my favorite role of his. That whole part where he's like, people keep asking if I'm back, and I haven't really had an answer, but yeah, I'm thinking I'm back. I love that. They kill his dog and he wreaks havoc. He just lost his wife, and it's nice seeing him as a former hitman who's a regular person. He's a civilian. Unfortunate circumstances happen, and it causes him to go back to that world to be Baba Yaga, the boogeyman. It's a recent role, it's fresh in my mind, but it's probably my favorite performance of Keanu Reeves. I love both John Wick films, but the first one is the best, both in film and then performance-wise. I love him in John Wick. John Wick is just an awesome movie that you want to watch over and over and over, and it never gets old. Gung Fu, I mean, it is just amazing. The stunt people from Matrix directed this, and Keanu Reeves, I swear, man, I love all his films. He has different periods, but there's certain films where it defines each era or decade it's in. He just has that one where it just, like, solidifies that decade. You have, like, Bill and Ted that stand out. Then there's Point Break and then Speed in that little area, even though you had Bram Stoker's Dracula. And then you have the Matrix period. And then you had Constantine and some others there, and then he was brought back again with John Wick. So it's kind of cool seeing different stages of Keanu Reeves take place with smaller films in between. Anyway, let me know in the comments below, what are your favorite Keanu Reeves performances or films? This is my top 10 personal ranking of my favorite. It was hard, but also honorable mentions. Bill and Ted is excellent. Point Break. I love The Lake House with him and Sandra Bullock. Very underrated movie. Overall, he has so many great performances. So many that are memorable both in a good and not so good way. But hey, it's Keanu Reeves, man. I love it. If you like this, click the like button, comment, and subscribe for more videos. Whoa!